All right, and we're live, and it's been a little while. It's been about a month. I've been traveling around with my girlfriend. Went to Thailand, so
Been on a
yeah,
jolly, neglecting your
yeah.
damn dude. Step
Well,
into my
there is
office.
there is a thing, personal life that needs to be dealt with as well.
You big fucking softy, you.
So yeah, it was a good trip. So thanks for asking. So yeah,
I really don't. I don't care. All I care about is every time you go away, I'm faced with some sort of drama or something to deal with. Where you're on some, you're. I mean, I could speak to our mate Gooch easier than I can you.
Yeah.
He gets about 4 hours of sat fucking time, like every 3 days, and he's still more available than you were.
Yeah. Well, oh well. It has happened now. Nothing we can't really change the past, can we? This is all about moving forward. So obviously, I mean, I went away the beginning of June, and during the time I decided.
Who's that?
Nicholas sending him pictures now doing the double front bicep pose.
At least you know what that's called. And these now you can say double front bicep. At least you know that.
Yeah.
It's good. He looks good, man. He looks good. He's not that left arm's the bigger arm, but yeah, he looks in shape.
Oh, I didn't. I've not clicked on the picture yet. I've literally saw it as a thumbnail.
Looks good. I'm a little bit disappointed. The picture's like tactically high. You can't see any nipples. It's a bit disappointing. Would like a little bit of man nipples on a Saturday.
So I went to Thailand, went to Bangkok, and managed to kind of rope my girlfriend into staying in Bangkok for about 6 days. Which, if anyone's ever been to Bangkok, it's okay, but it's not really something you would do for 6 days. It's a bit. No, it's something that you kind of go there for like 2 nights, 3 nights, and you go around and you'd see a few like temples, and you go through, go to some of the shopping places, and then
temples.
That's it.
Go see some temples, will you?
Well, but then like I managed to get that, so we went to the con for 4 days, which
nice.
Yeah, that was interesting, and
still alive. Well done.
Yeah, so we did that, and then got to meet Sang and Stanley, the guys from XM, so that was really good. Got to meet some other guys as well from some other companies. The Toylaxi was there, which are a new sort of company releasing some stuff. Spoke to them, spoke to a few others. So it's always good to do the cons. I do like to mingle,
Yeah.
So did that. We won't go over all the pieces. We'll do another chat in a couple of days, and we'll go over the actual pieces of the con.
We'll do
and then went traveling around for 3 weeks. So went from Bangkok to Koh Samui, north part there, to some fisherman village. It was pissing down with rain every fucking day, and then the last day we're going to leave, it starts getting sunny. We go to the other side of Koh Samui, to like the party place. My girlfriend wants to go do some dancing, so we go there for a couple of days, and then again it starts getting sunny, and we moved across to fucking Krabi. We flew to Krabi in some little plane which literally had, I don't know, 18 rows of seats, and literally the propellers, you could see them on the outside, like, like when you get an engine, it's kind of like this, and the propellers are kind of contained within inside. Yeah, this was like not like that, and it literally like looked like if a fucking seagull flew, it would take out the propeller. So it was like,
yeah, it looked like it was the kind of engine you wind up.
Yeah, it was the kind of thing that, like, you see on like the A-Team and Mr. T going, I ain't getting on no plane full, and they're getting drugged up. But yeah, we got on there, and literally like every time it kind of moved a touch, I thought I was going to die. And even the people, like, I think there was about 10 people on the plane. And
if you're nervous, then it must be bad, because I'm not a great flyer, and you're always well chilled when I'm on a plane with you.
Nah, it was bad. And then literally on the way back as well, it was like the plane on the way back, it was well like turbulent, and literally I had a coffee in my hand, and I was like that, like trying to stop it from spilling, and it was just like, shit, I better down this coffee, you know. And that was quite bad as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then we went across to Krabi, and it was pissing down with rain again there. And again, the last day it got sunny.
Well, it's funny, over here, it's been like between 26 and 30 degrees.
Yeah,
All
well, it
the
got
time, like for about 3 weeks. You couldn't have picked a worse time weather-wise to go away UK because it's lovely.
well. Also, I mean, the thing is when we spoke to people in Thailand, they said, yeah, it never rains like this here. It was like awesome. Then we went across to Phuket and stayed there for a week or whatever, and it got sunny there. No, we stayed in quite a nice hotel, so it was quite
I stayed in a very nice hotel. I didn't like Phuket at all.
Well, I mean, we stayed in a nice hotel.
Where did you stay? What was the hotel?
It was called My House, so MAI House, and it was quite a nice hotel.
May House.
Yeah. So we stayed there and then got to relax. It got sunny, and then we got sunburnt on the first day. It was sunny because we kind of like got a bit over keen, and then we come back. So and then obviously so that was that. But also I got to go. So we went back to Bangkok and then got to the massive toy gallery as well, which is pretty fucking awesome. I tell you, it's like I did a few videos, I did a few interviews and stuff as well, but I don't know if I can use the interviews because the microphones were just like not playing up unless I get unless I dub it or something. But I'll see what I can do.
I'll dub the old school Bruce Lee stuff. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. So you see his mouth going like,
yeah,
yes. Like, but yeah. So I mean, that was pretty cool. So it's like it's basically this guy who he wanted to open a gallery to show off his collection, and his wife wanted to open a coffee shop. So what they did was they combined their idea and they opened a coffee shop stroke gallery in Thailand. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've seen pictures of that, man. It looks banging.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, I did a few videos. I'll try and edit them together and try and put something. I'll try and do something with the interview, see whether I can.
Anyway, back on point. As soon as you went away,
as soon as I went away,
we had this global collector issue where everybody was contacted regarding customs and regarding sharing them and all of this other jazz. So we had that kick off and go, which was just like, fuck. Like, okay. And it's funny because if you watch over the last 2 chats that we did, we actually talk about it. I mean, a lot of people mentioned in the comments on a lot of pages that they were like, you know, we're like the Mystic Meg in the statue community because we called it. We said that there was a crash. There was a crash coming. You know, too much greed, too much open sales, too many brazen operators just in everybody's face, being very, very open about what they're doing and very clear. And in the end, it was all going to come to a crunch, wasn't it? We did say, you know, that the bubble was going to pop at some point. And while you were away, it decided to pop a little bit.
Well, it almost seemed like someone was waiting because they knew I was going. So they kind of waited until the day after I left. Or I think it was even when I was in the airport going.
Yeah, it was really.
It was like literally like. And the thing is about it as well was because I was traveling, I didn't even read the email. The first time I read the email was actually when it was posted on Facebook by several other people. And then I saw it and I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, you know. So basically, the foreplay's over. So basically as George was saying, so an email came out from, this one was from Sideshow Collectibles, and it basically was a very black and white email. And it was literally, if you show anything to do with customs, you can't work with us. And that was basically it. We are, you know, we post affiliate links. I post them. So George doesn't have to get the blame if he doesn't want to, but I post them on behalf of RaddTitan.
This is not a one-man team.
I was joking. It was a joke.
Every decision that goes by, I mean, that was so hard about you being away. Is that me and you couldn't discuss? We couldn't actually have a conversation. We had a brief chat, but it was very, very difficult. You know, so we had to really work around it.
Mm.
But yeah,
So back to so the email basically came out. I did we, as I say, we post the affiliate links. I've posted several times to say we post affiliate links, so it's not a secret from any side. I think there's one
hobby
date.
ain't cheap. Hobby ain't cheap, mate. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, any little that can come in via anywhere is a bonus.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Things like fucking taxes, shipping, statues, equipment, lights, cameras, phones, anything you're using, microphones, fucking any equipment. It's all very expensive. It gets dearer and dearer and dearer as the tech gets better and better, and other reviews look more and more dated. So anything that can help.
Also, coffee bills are not cheap either. You know?
Yeah, Boston's fucking expensive.
So anyway, stop interrupting me, fucker. So basically, yeah, we post the affiliate link, so that's no secret. But what happened is I contacted someone from Sideshow. I had a conversation with them. Unfortunately, it was via PM, so it's very hard. I think it was partly PM, and because of the time difference, it moved on to email. So it was very difficult to have that conversation in real time.
Yeah.
Then when that conversation was had, basically the conversation was that the email stands as it is, but we could give you more time for you to basically not do the things that we say. So the original email was, if you mentioned, it was literally, if you mentioned customs in any way, we will not work with you. That was literally the original email. Was a very black and white. If you represent customs in any way, you will not be working with us. You would lose your affiliate status, and that's it. That was the first.
But also, it was on a time scale, Alex.
Yeah, so you have 72 hours.
72 hours. Alex got on a plane, and then literally while he was in the air, this email came out, and it was basically, if any custom piece is shown, or you talk about any custom piece, or any details, or any reviews, or anything like that across any of your social media, says anything about customs, then there will be severe consequences. And
cut ties
within 72 hours. Now, obviously, we had a brief conversation about it. We put our heads together. We decided what we thought we were going to do in regards to that, and our decision was that we would happily give up the affiliate status. That's what we said.
But also the affiliates that we had built up, we had $7,500 owed to us in our account. So we said to after I spoke to my contact at Sideshow, they said that the email details stand. And all we can do is we can give you more time because we understand that you are away. You just have to show that you are trying to follow, to comply. Yeah. So we went away. We had a conversation. I went back to him and I said, basically, we can't police that. We can't monitor that. We can't. We don't have the time to do that. So unfortunately, we're going to have to part ways. But then we put up our public post to say that we won't stand, we won't follow the email. We agree with what Sideshow were doing. We agree with the points that they were making about the custom market has gone too far. Customs used to be, to fill a gap. It used to be small runs. It used to be they sold to their friends. And it's got very open and very, very brazen. We totally agreed with that, but we didn't agree with the approach of how we were, first of all, how we were addressed to deal with it. We didn't agree with that at all. And then when we were told you have a time frame and it's very black and white that you cannot do all these things, we made the decision to walk away. When we then put up that post, again, with the time difference, there was issues. So then the Sideshow contacts basically got in touch. We had a few back and forwards on the personal messenger and email, and they kind of. But also, what happened was one of the there was a YouTuber called John. I can't remember his name, John something, and he's big in sort of hot toys and things like that. and he basically put a video up to say this is what it is, and basically his video was totally different from what we'd been told in the email. His email basically said that customs are allowed to be shown, but you cannot show any way that people can actually proceed to make the order. So you can show a custom piece, and you could say, here's a fan art, this fan art piece, blah blah blah, looks great, anatomy's awesome, whatever. But you can't say, this is a fan art piece, this is being made by Alex Thomas, contact me, I'm making 50 of them, if you want one, send me a message. You can't add that sort of details.
It's the direct open sales avenue that has been posted everywhere pretty much in all of the groups. That's right. We started to see a little bit of a change for different people. It was, there were people that had customs in chats. They were sitting on a chat, they had customs all around them on screen. We were told all of that's not allowed. No customs in frame, no customs being showed, no customs being discussed. And we were saying the discussion we were having was, hold up a minute. RaddTitan is a discussion-based thing. It's an open platform to discuss. We want to talk about the sculpting, the painting, the size, the edition size, the price. We want to discuss all of these things. You know what I mean? And then the grey area was, what is promotion and what is discussion? Because discussion is discussion, and discussion is about, apparently, is okay. But what we can't do, what basically came out there was it softened slightly, and it started to become, as long as you don't have basically an open sales platform where it's like, as you're saying, PM me for more details. This is the company that are making them. This is the price that they are. I've got 30 left. PM me if you want them. It was that eventually we were told that was not allowed. And we kind of agree with that. We agree with that. Like, that's okay. We've got no problem with that. But we want to be able to talk about the sculpting, talk about the painting, talk about the piece. We want to be able to review any customs that we happen to bump into and see, because that's the whole point. We want to be able to talk about all of these things.
Yeah, and so anyway, carrying on with the story. So there was contact back and forward, and funny enough, other companies, basically with me and George traveling and going to different cons, we do have quite a lot of contacts where, owners of different companies. So there were several people who got in touch with me. They said about our message. They said about, these things are actually, there are certain things happening behind the scenes that are going to come to light very, very soon. And there are going to be a lot of problems with social media platforms being reported for license, what's it, like IP breaches and stuff like that. So there are going to be groups being possibly shut down. We went away again. Also, sorry, while I was talking to my Sideshow contact, it was quite funny because we then came up with the agreement that he kind of said, well, no, actually, it's not like you can't show this, you can't do that. It's actually about the buying the promotional platform of showing how to buy it. So I said, okay, that's actually much more reasonable, and I do get that. But the issue then was, at the exact moment he sent me that PM, I get an alert pop up to say that someone has commented on my post, which is the initial post about we won't be working with Sideshow, blah blah blah, whatever. That is by a Sideshow representative contradicting what the person has just sent me, saying that no, there's no contact, no this, no that, no nothing about. So I replied then to the Sideshow person. I said, look, how do you expect us to be able to follow what you expect from us when your team it doesn't know what you're telling me? You're telling me something totally different from what your team is telling you now, right? Posted on social. And then he goes, I'll speak to them. And the funny thing is that individual posted the same comment they posted on RaddTitan on a smaller group of about 200, 300 people, but they edited out certain parts of it. That's fine. But they left their comment the same on RaddTitan, which has nearly 9,000 people, saying that there'll be no this, 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 and this. And it's like, how, I sent the screenshots. I said, look, the person has said this on the other group. I don't understand you've spoken to them, but they need to edit the one that's on RaddTitan. And it's like, you can't. It doesn't matter if they have it in a small group of 300 because who's going to read it? You know, as a scale of things. Anyway, in the end, it got on to the fact that you know we felt it is much more reasonable to not to talk about the promotional side of it, not to be helping the sales of it. That is totally fair, and we totally agree with that. So that is the actual agreement of what is to happen with this moving forward. So we cannot tell you who sculpts, who makes it. We cannot tell you where to go to get it, and we cannot tell you, if you want it, go here. And if we see comments, also we see comments on any posts where, for example, someone does a room tour and they have a custom Hulk in the background. If someone says, "Where's that from?" we have to delete those. So you can't discuss.
Well, if you answer it, you can ask where it's from. If someone answers, the answer can't stay. The simple fact is this, right? Or if you want something, if you see something and you want something, you have to do your own work to get it. It's that simple. You have to do your own PMing, your own check-in, your own searches, and speaking to the people that you think are in the know. That's all you can do. Because the bottom line is, as far as it goes with us, the grey area that we can't get around. Now, like Alex was saying, he doesn't really go into detail, so I will. You know, we have a lot of contacts and we know a lot of people. We do have a very, very high Facebook person that we also speak to, and a couple of legal people that we speak to. So we don't get into any stupid debates about what's going to get us into trouble and what's not. We want to know the facts. And the bottom line is that when you're talking about $7,500, we'll set it on fire before we compromise any RaddTitan stuff. But what we will not risk is the channel, the page, the group, or any customizers or any other people or any companies that we've worked with or that we know personally. We're not going to risk any of the things we've helped build for 5 years based on the fact that somebody can just easily sell their custom through our social media. Sideshow, XM, Prime One, any other company. If you want to paint a villain and you want it to be a particular person, then that's your business. But I can assure you, it is not just a Sideshow situation. We spoke to somebody.
That's the thing as well about all of that.
We spoke to somebody at Facebook and we said, where do we stand here? They're saying it's promotion, we're saying it's discussion. Where do we stand? And they said the bottom line is that if your shit is reported and it goes against the IP of the original owner, we will remove it and we will possibly shut your fucking site down if it continues. So we basically went, right, okay, this is a different ballgame altogether. Thankfully, the black and white turned a little bit grey, and it was a little bit like, okay, just stop the open sales part, which is made by A, contact B, PM me and all of that. That is what basically needs to be shut. So chat-wise, we'll continue and show things and talk about them, but like I say, you're going to have to do your own work, your own legwork to find out where the pieces are coming from, who's making them, how many there are, all of that jazz. If there are details we can share, then we will share them. But the bottom line is we're not going to risk any RaddTitan stuff in doing so. It's just that simple. It's very easy to sit back and go, yeah, 7.5K, fuck it, who cares? For money, it's fine. We don't care about the money, but there's a lot of hours, there's a lot of time, there's a lot of care that's gone into what we've been doing, and to risk it is just stupid. Just so that A can sell their custom really easy.
Yeah,
that's who's winning. We ain't getting nothing. No custom sending me fucking a piece because they can sell on my platform openly. We don't get nothing. It's just a simple fact is it's very easy to get hold of. So, for that point, it's not worth the risk of our page and our social media and everything else. We don't want to see fucking posts reported every single week. So, thankfully, I've got to say this, the group have been fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a big group, man. It's it's like Alex was saying, you've got 200, 300, 500, even 1,000 people. That's going to take some monitoring, but 9,000 people, that's tough. I mean, we've got like 12 moderators, trying to have the site like watch 24 hours a day. And even then, things are still going to happen and get through. We're going to miss stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a hobby. It's not a job. We don't get fucking paid for it. That's but you know what I mean? I haven't got 9 hours to give you a day. I just don't have that time. Neither does Alex. So,
well, I don't have a job at the moment, so I do have a little bit of time.
You don't have 9 hours.
I'm joking.
You don't have 9 hours to monitor it, and even if you did have time, it is a hobby. It isn't a job.
Yeah.
It
Well,
stops you from getting
that was the original point I made when we sort of said about, you know, we won't be following this in the beginning. Was I did say to them that, yeah, it's not a job. This is a hobby. This is fun, and for us to monitor everything is going to be a job. So we won't be doing that. But anyway, as I say, the moving forward, as Gio was saying, just to kind of summarize it. So moving forward, you can post fan art on the group, but it cannot say who makes it and where to purchase it. You can show, you know, this is my new Hulk, this is my new whatever, but
and
you're
even
not
older pieces as well. You show all of that, share all of that.
Yeah.
But it's just about the openly sailed platform. It's just
there's also, I mean,
this is the guy who made it. See if he's got one for you, like that. So all of that can't happen anymore.
Sure, and it's, I mean, like you can show whatever you like. You can, but just that conversation of who it's by, where it's from, can't happen. Again, we can't control what happens behind closed doors. We cannot control personal messages, but all we can say is do not post where it's from on RaddTitan. That's it.
Or it just be removed. Yeah, and it will cause issues, but it will be removed. And that, you know,
but also, I mean, we don't want to go down the route, but we funny enough, before this came to light, we actually removed somebody for doing the exact thing, which so it's not something that's actually come about from this whole thing. There was someone who was openly posting custom pieces, which is totally fine. But then every single piece he was showing, it was clearly he had some kind of investment in that piece. He posted the image, and then every time someone said, "That's a cool piece," PM sent, PM sent, PM sent, PM sent, every message. Every time someone said, I'm not sure about that, the leg looks a bit off, or the arm looks a bit off, he got very hyper defensive about it. So it was clear that there was some kind of investment there. So that person was, unfortunately removed. And that was before all this kicked off.
It was open. It was so open. And this is even before this discussion even happened. It was so open and it was so clear that he was in the pocket of the person that was making.
Well, several people who were making things.
Yeah. So he's in the pocket. So he's basically got, promote my shit on all the pages and I'll give you a cheaper statue or even a free statue. And sadly, that the problem with that as well is that some of the people that he was selling for were fucking scumbags. So, and it's openly known in the community that they're fucking scumbags.
Well, one of the main issues was there was the first time where a piece in question several chats ago, where the individual decided, we're going to make 130 pieces, we're going to price it at this stupid price, I'm going to be making $100,000 plus profit, blah blah blah. That was our issue. It wasn't the individual, it wasn't whatever, it was that business side of it. But anyway,
because of it. So
when we addressed that to say, wow, that's another level of customs. That's now a business. When we address that, it's like, well, you have a problem with that individual. It's nothing to do with the individual. It's the same thing about a couple of weeks after that. We then had another problem where someone decided they were going to make demands and say, you must do this, you must do that. I told him no. And then he come back and decided to try and do some kind of smear campaign about us. We then remove him from the group, whatever else. And then the same individual who got defensive about the other project decides, okay, well, I'm going to carry on posting this person's images everywhere. And even in other groups, people were saying, this is pretty disrespectful towards several of these other groups where this person attacked individuals, like who run different groups, and he was trying to. The other person was posting them in all these groups, and they were just like, "What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing that for?" And then it was openly doing it. We said to him, can you not post his stuff because this guy is a piece of shit. We don't want his stuff here." But anyway, I'm just trying to.
But that was a little bit of a pretend, wasn't it? It was like, I didn't realize there was an issue. But then straight after,
PM sent,
every other group. Do you think that You think that we're members of only RaddTitan? We're members of every single statue group out there, most of them. So once you do multiple posts, we see the multiple posts everywhere. So it was kind of sad, man. But in a way, it just goes to
It was
prove the
sad
point.
because I mean they were previously a mod on RaddTitan as well, so it was quite sad. But the thing is I'm trying to do this without naming names. So anyway,
Yeah,
so
we don't want to go into that sad Titan shit. Yeah, let's not go into that pussy ass collector shit. I don't want to get into calling people out and trying to insult people because you don't agree with their policies. Let live and let live. At the end of the day, all we can do is try and do the best thing that we can and for each other. The bottom line is that unfortunately, a couple of weeks before when this thing come out from Sideshow and Facebook and all the other licensed companies, before that happened, there was some serious issues going on with customs, and there are a couple still unnamed. There's a group out. There's a custom group that's got how many thousands of members that group got? 9,000 members. I mean, how open is that?
Yeah.
Well, that was every month. They're bringing out these every month,
every other week, like every week. I mean, I remember someone sent me a list of this company, and they had close to 80 pieces on this list that they had in on pre-order, and it's just
it's so brave.
Well, it was so like so forward, so upfront about it. I even tried to speak to the individual several times, and I think at the time they were just like, yeah, they can't find me. It's fine, and it was a bit like that. And I was a bit like, okay, but there's several names that come up when companies contact us on PM, and they'll say X, Y, Z, blah blah blah, and then they'll go into things that are annoying them about the hobby, and there were certain names that were coming up for several months before, and it was always the same names every time, names. So I did just ask if I asked anyone if there were any questions on the post. So basically, I did. Luis is saying, what about selling personally acquired custom pieces on your buy sell trade group? I bought a custom and I want to sell it on your page. Is that still okay? Well, that's one of the grey areas again, because it's like it's already been sold, and I mean, in all honesty, probably not. We're probably going to have to stop resales of custom pieces.
Can't they just label it as fan art and sell it like that?
I don't know, really. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know.
It's one. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see.
We're going to have to kind of, maybe I'll go off and discuss it with several people to see what their view is, because it's kind of already sold on, and I don't know.
I see. That's a really great question, because again, for me, I think it's not openly promoting. If you say it's fan art and you put a price next to it, that's the end of it. If you say fan art,
then you would get custom companies coming in and going, I'm selling my fan art piece, my fan art Thanos. I've only got one of them, but I'm just selling them that way.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like, again, it's another thing that's not sort of open, is it? You don't know what's going on. I'm talking about, I guess, it's hard to manage.
But you don't know, though, do you? That's the side of it. You don't know who's who and who's. That's the problem with it.
Yeah, that's hard, man. That's tough.
Yeah. Nicholas. So we're being asked if we're going to be in San Diego Comic-Con. Unfortunately, not. San Diego Comic-Con, I think, maybe the same week as somebody might be in Japan. So I don't think there'll be a San Diego this year. Hopefully one time. And
I hope be in two places at once, can you?
No, can't.
If only there were two of you, eh?
Yeah, if only there were two people in RaddTitan. Oh,
I know. It's just madness. One could go to San Diego, one could go to Japan.
Lockie's asking about what about modifying existing licensed pieces, like a repaint of my dark side. Can they be posted? I did ask that question, and you can show repaints, because repaints are not like a mass produced way of you trying to make money. It's your individual piece that you have decided you want to repaint. So that is totally fine. They did say that they don't want add-ons to be shown. So if you have like a run of add-ons, again, that is not something. But if you have a one-of-a-kind head that you've had sculpted, which I know several people do, I know Gio just done one, then that's fine to show the one-of-a-kind. So
yeah, I guess it's one of the things that you can show your custom moderated, not moderate, that's not the right word. Custom, what's the word? Where you up, I mean, basically, yeah, like your custom add-on pieces. That's bad English, but your add-on pieces, providing they're like pieces that are just for you. If it's not about like trying to flog heads, trying to flog arms and other shit, then it's okay.
Yeah. It's like about it's about mass producing and mass producing and having a platform for sales. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that's the argument, and we know from a legal perspective and from a Facebook perspective and a YouTube perspective and everywhere else, we know that the line between what is promotion and what is discussion is very, very thin. So what we need to do is when we're on it, we need to make sure that we're trying to comply with those type of things, which basically is fan art, head, King Thanos for XM Studios, Thanos. Like, you can share things like that, show the paint, show the progress, but not a case of I've got 50 of them. This is who made them. This is who I got to commission them. This is who you contact if you want one. This is the price of one.
Yeah,
different story altogether.
Sure. Okay.
Shame though, I think. But you know what I want to say? I want to say two things. I want to say, one, I think that not only do people, if we're going to be held to these standards, then they need to get their fucking house in order, because their sculptors and their other people should not be doing private commissions. If they are, then you're fucking barking up the wrong tree here, big time.
Well, that was something.
Get your house sorted.
That was something that was posted today, or yesterday, or sometime. I woke up to a message this morning, or I got it sometime. My memory's pretty cloudy today. I'm actually a bit ill. So basically, there was an image that someone posted to say, I just want everyone to know that I now am working for Sideshow Collectibles as a painter, and then like a little disclaimer to say, but no worries, everyone. I will still be painting and doing your custom repaints when your custom paint ups if you want me to. So if someone is painting custom kits and working for Sideshow, that's sending the wrong message. They're then attacking their affiliates who are making sales.
Any company.
Oh, this one was a Sideshow one.
This one was, which is ideal, which is like the worst possible publicity for them. That's just horrific, to be brutally honest. But for any company, that's a problem, because if you want to try, you want everyone to try and clean up and help and do this sort of shit. Otherwise, they're going to get reported and their stuff's going to get shut down. They're going to do this. Man, you need to make sure you're paying your artists extremely well, so they don't have to go out and start making side money to try and fucking get by. You better up their fucking bills and up their checks, because at the moment, people got to fucking eat. The end of the day,
I guess the thing about it is, like, they can't. If they do have some in-house painters, but they'll have contractors too. They can't. They won't be able to say to the contractors that you can't do that, because they're contractors. Your contractors are self-employed. They can't make those demands unless they say, well, either you do it or we don't employ you. So
they're going to have to fix that. That's their business.
But
I've been left a massive dump that I've need to try to fix. And get
I know, of course. I mean, we've been working. I mean, I've been on holiday, going through fucking messages, scrolling through, deleting shit, messaging people saying, sorry, buddy, you can't post that like that. You need to reword this. You can't do this. You can't. And I'm fucking on the beach, like fucking messaging people and telling them what they can't do. I know. And I mean, and then you're over here as well. You got your own shit to deal with, and you're dealing with it. And then we got our mods, who, huge thank you to our mods. They've been working their asses off as well. they've been great. The last month they've been awesome. Before that they're a bit ropey, but last month they've been great.
A few of them are solid all year round.
Yeah.
A few of them are solid. They're all right. They're safe. But
anyways, I mean, like
they earned their money this month. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I did have to threaten them. I think at one point I did say to them they were going to lose their dental if they don't fucking
that's it.
Pull that thumb out.
Yeah, we need to send them some T-shirts, and we need to do like a special moderators giveaway. We need to do something.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that on a fucking open fucking live chat where they can fucking reference it and go back
to me? I have to be honest with you, man. You know, people should never forget when they're sitting there on other chats and they're talking shit or whatever else. Remember, this is about a hobby. Something's meant to be enjoyed. Nobody is getting paid. Do you understand? This isn't a fucking job. And these guys are out there trying to put out fires because we've been told A, B, and C, and we need to can we do this and can we do that? These guys, them guys, and including us, you know, that's a lot of work for us to try and fix.
Well, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama that you got to remember as well that they're our moderators.
Where's my t-shirt? First message. Yeah, straight away. I see. That's how you know them boys are quick. Yeah,
oh yeah, Vass. I keep forgetting, but do you know what happened? I sent Vass like a double 6-scale statue pack, and it never arrived. And then I contacted them, and they said to me, "We've sent it back to you. It should take 10 weeks to arrive back with you." So I got to chase that up. Shit.
Send him a t-shirt. It's easier.
Yeah, it's cheaper. I was going to say something before, yeah, but no, they've done great. I mean, they've done really well, and you got, as I say, they are, they're volunteering to do this, and they're not getting paid, and it's fucking drama that you shouldn't have to have in a hobby, but they've done really, really well. So,
because they've got to message people. It's not just about. It's easy to delete things like an arsehole, but you've got to message the person and say, dude. This is why. Really sorry, or A, B, and C, but we're doing this or we're doing that. And that's confrontational. That can come. Someone might just be like, "Oh, you're an idiot. Why have you done that for?" It's not easy. It's something that they do, and they do it while they've got a full-time job.
I remember
while they've got a family, while they're dealing with their relatives, dealing with their own life. It's something they do in their own time.
There was one where someone was being a dick on a post, and I think Chad posted like, "Can you chill out?" and something like that, and then like the guy wrote like, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? Who the fuck appointed you as like the judge or whatever, like something like that? And Chad just tagged me, and I said, yeah, I appointed him, so you might want to listen to him, or you might get removed.
The thing is, like, it's definitely more work for us, and it's going to be more work going forward for companies are all going to have to get their fucking houses in order. There was something else I wanted to say.
Well, I wanted to say one other thing was, during this whole time we got a lot of like negative shit, like people go around in fucking circles, basically, because we mentioned that we weren't going to do the affiliate side, and then we kind of did a 180 and we decided we are going to do the affiliate side, but it wasn't that way. As I say, once we discussed the grounds of what we can and cannot do, and we discussed with other groups, other companies, and there was a few other admins from other groups that we discussed it with, and the thing about it was there is no point not to work with Sideshow, because either way you get fucked. If you tell Sideshow or other companies we are not willing to do this, that, and this, in the long run, we then face the chance of getting shut down anyway, because if you start to have like IP violations, licensing violations, the group will be shut down. Same with YouTube. There's options on YouTube, and there's options on Facebook to report groups and posts and individuals for this. So in the future, I believe that is the route that. And it's not Sideshow. Sorry, it's bigger than Sideshow. It's the people who Sideshow have the licenses from.
Disney, it's every company. It's everybody that is getting. It's because it got too greedy out. Like I was trying to say.
I'm still talking. So where was I, fucker? God damn you, man! I was talking about.
You were silent, you silly bitch. Clean your alien top and fucking shave your beard off. Wake up.
Why do I
There was
clean my alien top? What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It doesn't look clean.
What do you mean it doesn't look clean? Fuck off.
Listen, no, listen. People want to paint. People
Oh,
want to paint.
I remember what I wanted to say. I remember. So basically,
Okay.
we got all this like negative shit on all these posts to say, "Oh my god, you should do this and you should do that," and blah blah blah. The reality of it is, you know, we have a group of 9,000 people. Not everyone is going to agree with what we decide to do and how we decide to do it. And the thing about it is, you know, you can preach and say, "Fuck this company, fuck that company, fuck this licensor." You can do what the fuck you like, but the thing is, you know, it is our group, and we have to make the decision overall. What is
Yeah, it ain't your risk, is it? It's our
and
risk.
yeah, it's not your risk. So basically, if you have a custom company, you're using someone else's IP, and you're making 10 grand, 20 grand off something you're making. We ain't making that. So why should we take the risk of us getting our group closed down for you to profit? So if you don't like it, there are 250 other Facebook groups dedicated to statues. So there is that. But then, as I say, to continue to conclude on that, so we are posting affiliate links, but the reason why we're posting them is because that, you know, we have to abide by those guidelines anyway. Otherwise, we're going to be shut down. So what's the point in giving up the affiliate status?
Yeah, but exactly. But more importantly, it was when it was you got 72 hours. This is the situation. Don't show, don't share, don't speak, don't this, don't that. Then it was we can't do that because of multiple reasons. One, we don't fucking agree with what's promotion. We agree that we review and we talk about things, blah 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 blah. Two, you know, we can't monitor it. We can't control it. The group is too big. Everything is. We can't do that. It's not possible. You know, what we can do is we can try to shut down how open the sales are. That's all we can do. And thankfully, that has been the agreement that's been made, that it just can't be open sales, which is fine. And we actually agree with that principle anyway.
Yeah.
That is the right principle to agree with. The other principle, which is, you know what, we can't review fucking Gladiator of, you know what I mean? I want to review it. When I see it, if I go to someone's house and he's got one, I'm going to review it. I'm going to talk about the paint and sculpt and the size and weigh it and measure it and all of the things that I like to do. I'm going to do all of that. I won't be saying it's made by X, it costs Y, he's got 10 left, and go contact him if you want one. That's what I can't do. You're going to have to do that. As a consumer, if it's something you find and you want to find out the details, find out who it belongs to, PM some people, ask around, do the work. That's how customs used to be. And when it was like that, we didn't have any of these problems. At the end of the day, everyone wants a villain here. And people, I think, have targeted Sideshow because they've come out and they've been quite open about their stance, right? But we've spoken to lots of live companies and they're all against it and they're all making these plays and they're all after it. So believe me when I tell you, you know, if you want someone to blame the guys that are openly going, I'm making 120 of these and at this price and I'm making this much money and I'm going to make 80 pieces over the last year.
Yeah.
Look at them, because that's where it's happened. The profit margin, you're affecting other companies' money and they're going to respond in kind. And now who's getting fucking clamped on? Everybody.
Well, basically the same 5 names are coming up every time. Every company I spoke to in PM, every company who emailed me, the same 5 names were coming up saying that these people are the people we are following, and these are the people who have pushed over the edge. And because of these 5 individuals, you know, that kept coming up, steps need to be made because it's escalating and it's just going to keep on getting more and more and more and more and more. So, you know, that's it, really.
It's just one of them things. It's a hard one, but you know, the situation, the hard point that people need to understand is, I actually agree. I don't disagree. We've never ever disagreed with the point. It is too open, too brash, too in your face, and too fuck you. I'm going to make my money. There are companies now that are set up for making customs. It's a full-time job. That never used to be the case. That means there's too much money. That means they're taking too big a slice of the pizza. And if you're one of them guys, I feel sorry for the guys that are actually going, you know what? We need a doppelganger. You know what? We need a demo goblin. You know what? We need these characters may never see the light of day. And that's a true custom. If you're making a Wolverine, or something like that, then it's a harder job to justify it. It isn't needed. There's many of them. For me, I think I feel sorry for the littler ones who are going, you know what, I'll make a few grand, make a few grand for my time and my efforts and all of this, but I'm going to release this character that I love because no one else is going to touch it. That's what customs is about. And unfortunately now, everybody is tarred with the same brush. Everybody suffers now because of the greed of it.
No, of course. So there was a few questions about custom companies with original IPs. If they've got original IPs, there's no issue with them making it. If it's, as long as it's not something that is belongs by someone else, you can do your own monsters, you can do your own characters. If you want to, that's not a problem.
And you can openly promote them.
That's not really custom, then, is it? But so you can do your own IP if you have your own line that you want to do. That's not a problem. And
you can openly promote
something, if it's something that comes up, when we will show that on the chat.
We'll still be showing the other things on the chat. We just won't be saying where you can get them from.
Sorry, if loads of people complain that we decided to do this during Argentina, France.
What's the score? I left it 1-1.
Argentina won, I think. Sorry, France won 4-3.
Oh shit! Oh, what a great game! I've recorded the second.
My point. Loads of people in the comments were saying you're missing one of the best games so far in the World Cup.
Oh no! You know what this is? Do you know why? Because this bearded, shaved-headed monkey said to me, "Oh, it needs to be. I like, afternoon's better for me. I need the afternoon." So now I
don't watch football, so I don't know when it's on. So you could have said to me, "I'm watching the World Cup," and I could have gone away and took a shit or something.
You would have said to me, if I said I'm watching the World Cup, you would have gone to England play, and I would have said, "No, it's France," and you would have gone, "You're watching the French," and I would have. I can't explain that to you because you're not, you're not a crazy sports fan unless it's some sort of combat sport.
Well, yeah, but anyway, so. Yeah, again, I mean, that's kind of, I hope we kind of covered all that, because again, we did our usual shit where we go all over the fucking place.
That's how we roll, man.
So, I mean, if anyone, if you've got any questions, put it down in the comments on the, only on the live chat. Obviously, if you do it when it's posted, we may be able to address it, but it's better to do it while we're live. So that's it, really.
Any other questions? Are we good?
I was saying about only 3% of who are Sideshow business are hardcore collectors. How can that be affecting them?
Listen, when companies, and I'm going to say it again, any company, we've spoken to pretty much majority of the licensed company. It is not Sideshow only. Everyone is making plays. Trust me. In the next 3 to 6 months, it's going to get even worse. It's only going to get worse in this regard. Other people coming out, even Facebook now have put out there that they're cracking down on IP copyright fucking theft. So you're in big trouble either way. So
also you can see that when all this happened, there were several big custom producers announcing they're retiring.
Exactly. Huge one, big one, some of the best out there.
Yeah.
Some of the best out there went bang, game shut, bubbles pop, fuck this. And they were smart because the eyes are now everywhere. People are watching, and the people that are too brave. And you know what? But I told you ages ago about this 3% shit. Don't believe what people tell you. People are far more powerful than anyone wants to give you credit for. And the bottom line is that when you turn around and say, don't pre-order on day one, and people do that, edition sizes drop. Fact. Don't care what any company will tell you. That's a fact. If you want to keep numbers down, you take control back for yourself. But I'm telling you that customs were affecting the bottom line of all of these big companies. They're taking off the profit.
Well, the other side of it was there are certain companies who do they copy pieces quite a lot. And there are pieces that copy other customs a lot. But the thing is licensed companies don't care about you copying another custom, because why would they care about that? But then when you start to make customs that look like the actual original licensed piece, then that's an issue. And that again is very, very forward and very brazen to do. And I think that is another big issue as well.
Totally.
So I'm just going through. So sorry, Vibrinium Jim 90. He's asking what are most anticipated pieces and how do you feel about Cyclops? We're going to go on to Cyclops probably on the next chat because we're going to go over the pictures on that. We're going to do that in a couple of days.
We wanted this isn't a chat as in like pictures and all of this was just because while Alex was away, we were not able to speak to anybody about any of this other than sort of posting via Facebook. So the whole point was we had a lot of requests like, can you come on and just like talk about what happened and everything else? You know, unfortunately, Alex, as he's saying, what we don't want, which is really important to us, is that we're not made an example of. You know, there is, with us being, I don't want to sound because it sounds like I'm blowing my own trumpet and being an arsehole, which I don't like. Not much that I care, but the bottom line is companies trust us to give we have a voice where it's trusted. That's the bottom line. Regardless of whatever hate you hear, the truth is that it's a trusted opinion. And unfortunately for us, it is a great thing. It is a great thing to be trusted and to be relied upon to give an honest opinion on something. But on the other side of it, we're held to this unbelievable standard, which plainly is, if you start talking about things and you're openly discussing something and you like it, and you say where it's from and, all of this, people are going to buy it. And that's what we can't have. So we don't want to be made an example of. We basically have been told that we will be fucking shut. We will be pushed out.
Well, again, I mean, again, without sounding like, however you want to say it, but we have a following. We have been doing this for 5 years. Our name is out there. I was speaking to somebody today, and they were talking to me about a licenser in Dubai, and they said that the owner. They were saying we had a conversation with the owner of this company, and they were talking about. They mentioned RaddTitan, and I was like, "Oh, awesome! Cool."
Great.
So there's some like random company in Dubai, and they're watching our videos. When I was in the con in Bangkok, I went up to look at the Toylexy stuff. When I went up to the Toylexy, the guy come up to me and he was like, "Hey, you're the guy from RaddTitan, awesome!" So we're kind of known. So the thing is that because of that side of it, unfortunately, where we have the following and we're a face in the hobby, if they want to then make an example where people are going to see an example being made of, it's going to be us. We are going to be the ones that they're going to go, yeah, fuck these guys. We're going to.
We've been told by numerous people that it's just not worth it. The bottom line, it goes like this: when it was, you can't talk, you can't show, you can't share, you can't discuss. Then it's like, oh, no, hold up a minute, this can't be. But when it becomes, actually, no, it's more about the open sales. Then it's like, oh, well, we agree with that. We totally agree with what you're saying. That's fine. We've got no problem with that. Whether affiliate links or whether it's about anything else, it doesn't matter. We agree with your stance. The open sales shit needs to stop anyway. We've been saying this for a long time, that it's all a little bit too open. It's all a little bit too out there for everybody.
Well, it used to be, sorry, with the custom pieces, it used to be you would have a custom group. The custom group would have 50 people maximum. If it had 50 people, that was a big group as well. You would have these small custom,
not 10,000.
Yeah, you would have like 50 people in that group. And the thing is people didn't share outside that group. So you would not see that custom piece until someone had it in hand and someone said, this is, the flip. And then they would say, here is my custom, blah, blah, blah. Check this out. And people go, wow, where the fuck did that come from? I want that. Yeah. Well, actually, it sold out a year and a half ago. And be like, what? Well, where was I? I know. And that was originally how it kind of happened, where you didn't see it until it sold out and it was in hand. That was how it kind of was originally. Now it's here's a 3D render of a character, and I want a non-refundable deposit of $500 for you to trust me that I'm going to make this look good. And that's now what it's got to.
People have been fucked. Loads of people have done it and got literally nothing.
Yeah,
it happens a lot.
Well, I think,
So
unfortunately, I know that some people have deleted accounts and whatever else. They've said that they're going to honour the orders that's been made, but some people have disappeared. Some
yeah,
people have gone off social media. Some people have changed their names, and
yeah,
people
but
have I've had PMs of people going, "Yeah, I've got orders from this person. Have they changed their name or have they done that?" And I'm like, don't know, don't speak to them. Don't know. You have to.
But
So
I mean, that's really the point. I really want to try to stress that, you saw what happened when Sideshow came out and asked us and a lot of other people as affiliates, and they were completely within their rights because under the affiliate rules, it actually says that you can't do that. The
yeah,
difference is that they haven't been enforcing it. The fact that they want to enforce it all of a sudden, that's their business. That's their right. We respect it. We knew that we couldn't do what they asked. We knew we couldn't comply with what they required. So we walked away from that. And we said, we can't do that. Then it comes back, you know what? It's a little bit grayer. It's a little bit soft. It actually means this. And then it's like, well, hold up a minute. That's okay. Because we agree with that. We agree that open sales is too much. We agree it's too brazen, it's too rash, and it's too in your face. We don't want to help. We don't want to promote. If you're saying that by us showing something, it's promotion, right? Then that's your business. We're going to turn around and say it's a discussion because that's what it is. For us, it's all about talking. We want to talk about things. We want to show you XM Venom and hear people go, well, I think the base is a bit shit. Well, I really like the body. Well, what them black veins doing? Well, that tongue's a bit dry. Or well, that's a bit drippy. That's the whole point of the hobby. That's what we enjoy. And we ain't going to give that up for nothing. We ain't give that up for nothing. 100 grand ain't giving that up. The discussion, there's no money in the world that can make me stop talking about it because I'd rather leave the hobby. But on a different note, if you're saying, if you don't stop these open sales of customs that we think are going on, then all of your work, all of the contacts you've made, all of your friends, all of the people you speak to, all of the people you have contact with, we're going to shut your shit down. If that's what you're saying, then mate, I'm sorry, I fucking fold. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that not only because I do agree with the open sales policy, I do. It makes it easier. But Alex, I won't risk this because this is mine and your thing, and I can't risk it so that somebody can make a few $1,000s a little bit easier. Can't do it.
no, exactly. But okay, we're just going to go around in circles then at the same shit. So I think we've covered it all really. So let me go back to the comments. Sorry, I was going through Facebook. Did RaddTitan get in trouble by one of the licensed companies? No. Watch the fucking chat. Don't come in fucking 10 minutes towards the end and start having a fucking asking for a recap, Ed. Fucking hell.
We did actually have, to be honest, is we did when the agreement sort of when we sat down and we talked to a few people and we decided, and it's coming, trust me, it's going to get worse. Like we've warned you, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Told you this was happening, but we did have a lot of posts reported that we had to remove. That is a fact. Again, we come out with the affiliate thing, and when we made our stance, then we had loads of reported posts. We had probably about 30 reported posts that we needed to deal with.
Also, there were several companies emailing me fucking screenshots and saying, "Yeah, this is a very good example of what's meant by a sales post."
Yeah. So you knew, but then that's good because we needed to know what they considered it to be.
Yeah. As you say, I'm just trying to participate and figure out what's going on. Busy watching the World Cup. Well, you should have been here.
This is where
I replied to about 15 of your comments yesterday, and you let me down. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to leave it there. Basically, this was just to kind of address the custom side, to say that this is how it is going to be moving forward. So once again, things can be posted. It can be, here is a fan art of character X and mention the character, but you cannot say where to buy it from, and you cannot show anywhere on that comment that you've PM them or anything. You can, we can't control if you PM someone, but you can't show it that you have, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then moving forward as well, this chat is only for this topic because it was like a topic that we needed to address on a live chat rather than typing back and forward, and the same questions keep getting asked over and over again where people don't read the posts, they don't scroll up in the comments or whatever else. So we had to address it. And then moving forward, what we're going to do is our next chat will be probably to do with the Thailand Comic Con. So we're about 3 weeks late, but to do with the Thailand Comic Con, maybe the stuff that was at the Philippines show as well. And then what we'll do then is the next one after that will be the news. So that's how we're going to try and do it, to try and kind of pick up all the pieces, because otherwise we'd be doing like a 4-hour chat, and we don't really want
don't be shy as well. You know, if you're sharing something, if you're sharing your piece and you've labeled it as fan art, people can talk and say it's great, and they can talk and say it's fantastic, and say they don't like this or they do like that, and the paint's this and the sculpt's that. That's all fine. It's just more a case of the blatantly open who made this, or PM this person for more details. Just basically look at the post and do your own work. It's really that simple. We can't monitor that. Nobody can. What you do in your own PM, in your own private time, is your business. As everybody,
that's the funny thing as well. Is like in the comments as well, people were just going like, "Fuck it," you know. If they want to make a custom, why the fuck should they care and all this crap? And it's like, do you know how expensive it is to get a license from, especially like a Disney Marvel license? It is like hundreds of £1,000s, hundreds of thousands. And I mean, I remember talking to someone who, well, it was actually the guy from Imaginary Art. I don't know how true it was, but at the time he was dealing with DC and he was making several pieces. So he was making the Poison Ivy, which then went on to Prime 1, but he was also making the Joker on Throne, and there was something else. And I remember him saying that one of the licenses just for like an Asia region was like $125,000 or $175,000, and that was also no, that was just Asia. But the thing about it was DC at the time, and probably still, they are a lot cheaper than Marvel. Or they were a lot cheaper back then.
Maybe cheap. I don't think it'll be a lot any. Maybe it is. I mean, Marvel's blown up, but DC's getting pretty strong. Warner Brothers as well.
At the time, it was like considerably cheaper. And it was still, $175,000 just for an Asian region. So if you were going to have a worldwide license to make a Marvel Disney character, that's going to cost you a lot of money. And it's probably even going to be, you need to pay us X amount of hundreds of thousands, plus you need to sell X amount of pieces, and you need to give us X amount of percentage to do it. And that's how, it's going to be a shitload of money.
Exactly how it is.
So that's why they're pissed off, because they're paying all this money.
Yeah. And like we've said anyway, again, it's about margins. When the margins are 10 grand or like 5 to 10 grand, you fly under the radar. When you're talking 100 grand, you're fucking flashing. You come up on their screens and you're up, man. Yeah. You're sinking some battleships, bitch. That's what's going on.
So yeah, I mean, some people are asking about if we're going to be doing the chats regular now. Yeah. So we're going to try and do them regular. But the thing is I may be going to a few other places. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm actually going to try and take my laptop this time. If I get back off my sister, she nicked it. So I'm going to try and get my laptop back off her. And
we're going to do the Thai and Philippines con next. Then we're going to get back onto the news. And the news will be the same. The only difference is, it's like we said, the legwork needs to be done by you. We will be talking about things the way we want to discuss them. The only things we can't be doing is we won't be going, like Alex gave you an example at the beginning, we won't be going made by A, costs B, contact C if you want to buy it. And even when we do that, we get questions going, who made this?
I mean, I think it's the fact that people think we're from Australia sometimes and they can't understand what we say. Americans, I had that before. Someone in America was like, "Oh, what part of Australia are you from?" I'm like, "You're getting blocked. You are getting
gone." I mean, we're going to try and keep. The most important thing to remember is the identity of RaddTitan is exactly the same. The bottom line is is that we want to share everything and want everyone talking about everything. At the end, the one thing that everyone sort of has to agree with is that it's just got a little bit too open, and they've caused this themselves. So we have to sort of go in there and we'll just talk about the art, and we'll talk about what we like and what we don't like. It's the same with the posts. Put it up there and start talking about what you love about it, you know, how it makes you feel, and you know, this is how they captured it, and blah blah blah. It doesn't need to be this is who made it and this is how much it was and this is who you speak to. That's all you need to avoid.
Well, the other side, so the other side of it as well is, I mean, we were saying about the, you know, if we continue to post, we then risk our group being shut down, which is one of the risks. But one of the other risks is also that if we continue to post openly all of these projects and tell you where to get them from and where to buy them from, you then have to remember that then people are going to know who's making them, and they're going to then be able to approach them to take legal action with them. So, you know, there is that side of it as well. You have to consider.
Yeah, that was a bit. That was a shit one as well. I remember we were talking about that when you were away by messenger. I remember us saying, you know what I mean? You're basically then you become, you know, by walking away and being openly, yeah, we're going to share and we're going to talk about it and all this. Then we become actually the bait, don't we? We become the people that actually give these people up on a plate, because your RaddTitan's a massive group. What we meant to do, remove every licensed person that's in there. Everyone is in there. Prime One are in there. You know, Sideshow are in there. XM are in there. Everyone's in there. So at the end of the day, no one's hiding from anybody. They know, everyone knows what's going on. So the bottom line is, this keeps everybody sort of in check. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. So he's just getting a message. I just want to find out.
You got some news.
Maybe.
Got some news. I love news.
Well, it was the contact from Sideshow. I did say to them, well, you know, if this is, you know, this is the issue that, yeah, someone just sent it to me again, actually, funny enough, when I mentioned it. So the, someone posted to say the big announcement, update video, big announcement, looks like I'll be painting for Sideshow Collectibles. This will not affect my ability to continue painting custom pieces. Watch the video for the info. I didn't watch the video. I'm just going by the comment. So,
yeah, that's not good.
Wait, so basically, I can see the little dots. Do you know when they're like,
yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
A lot of writing going on.
Well, now I'm just waiting. But funny enough, the mods just sent that through again.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I think someone just woke up. Okay, well, a painter posted what I just read out, and my contact at Sideshow basically said, look, if they are working from Sideshow, they are not allowed to work on customs. I will sort this out on Monday. So the person should, so that should be the case. I mean, if you are, again, if you are penalizing, or you are approaching and being the way you are with people who are trying to promote you, then you should be looking in-house at who you're employing as well, and how that they're carrying themselves in social media. So they can't be posting saying, you know, I'm going to continue to paint your custom pieces.
No,
if you know, if that's the case. So hopefully, yeah.
No, it's just about getting your house in order, like we were talking about. You know, we've been asked, you know, to try and get ours because other shit's going to start kicking on. We know this, so we're trying to do what we can as a manageable point of view, you know. But these people, this is different. These people are paid a salary. These people work, but you know,
well,
we paid a salary.
Don't have a contract as well, but no. Well, Nicholas is saying, doesn't this custom painting reflect to a singular piece? Well, I mean, that could be a singular piece, but the way it's worded is he's still painting custom kits. So he's then, if you are painting an unlicensed product and you're openly promoting that you're going to paint an unlicensed product, as a painter, shouldn't you not, and you're employed by Sideshow or another named company, you should have a responsibility not to be doing that.
Exactly, yeah.
Especially, anyway.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? You know, it's that point. You're calling it promoting. It's the same argument. It's the same argument.
Someone says, "Hi, I'm from Scotland. Do you like Lego? Lego is awesome.
I
Do you
love Lego.
collect? Do you collect Star Wars Lego? Don't collect
I
it, but
wish
yeah,
I
Lego is
did.
pretty cool.
I love also. I love Lego. You
I
had like
don't.
little Marvel, them tiny, tiny, tiny Lego things, and you were doing a slow capture thing where you were trying
Yeah,
to
I
make
gave up
it. And
halfway.
I came round about 6 months, and you barely done the Iron Man head. You fucked
I
on. I
gave
remember
up. I tried it and tried to do
it
stop
stayed on the
motion.
floor
I
for
tried
about
to do like a
6 months.
stop motion video of me putting together a Hulkbuster Lego statue, and I had it like a photo light box, and I was filming it with like a GoPro, which took like a picture every like 5 minutes or something. And literally, I was doing it, and I had a video clip which lasted about 15 seconds, and that was me building the fucking head, and it took me ages.
About 8 months.
So the high prices, so high price licenses are the reason why companies like Sideshow make high production runs of 2,500 plus, sadly. Well, also, I mean, there is the other element of it could be the fact that some licensed companies demand that they make
Yeah.
runs of whatever. You know,
Yes.
it's just the way it is. You don't know the agreements between the license holders and the companies.
We also know that certain other companies that do low edition sizes have been told that they need to fucking push theirs up. We know that because we were there when that discussion happened. So
Someone's asking to see my T-shirt, so yeah, there's my T-shirt. You'll see it.
dude, did you see the new Predator trailer?
Yeah, I saw it. Do you know what I did on my phone? Right.
You think it looks good? I like it. I was everyone say. I mean, I Nenny D. Nenny D's like my little hero, man. Like
No,
whenever
I
I go
was.
somewhere, whenever I see someone with a good beard, not you, I always show Nenny D like this is one of the coolest cats I know. He was like going crazy, and it's the one time I thought, oh, I don't know if I agree with him, and I felt really bad about it. I felt like I've been cheating on my wife
So
because I was
he's
like,
your,
I like the trailer.
he's your little hero. He ain't little.
It's like I got a little man crush on him. I got a little bit of a
Yeah,
man crush. He's like the kind of guy I want to go grab a drink with and have a chat with.
he
You
looks
know what
like
I mean?
fucking like he looks like Aquaman before Aquaman was like it.
I
You
just
know.
like, I think the guy's really fun.
All
I
right,
would like to grab a beer with him.
so
And he's
yeah,
lovely as well. I speak to him a lot, and he's the loveliest cat out there, man. Give you any advice about anything. So lovely.
Cable, X Cable. Yeah, I bought them in when I was in Asia. So,
Did you get me any t-shirts, you fuckhead?
so I bought them in Asia. Yeah, do you know on the phone? Do you know what happened was there's a button on the phone, and if you swipe down, do you know to get your menu where you like
Yeah,
on airplane mode and stuff like that?
yeah.
There's a speaker button, and it's like says Dolby something. Yeah, press
Right.
that button, watch a trailer without it, and then press the button and watch it, and then click on the so watch the Predator trailer in 4K, then go in,
Yeah.
swipe down, click on high performance, apply or whatever, and then click on the speaker button and watch it again, and you see your phone like looks much better.
Oh, I have to check it out.
But yes, it has to be like a 4K video. Disney could be. Yeah, I mean, it's very likely that the edition sizes are likely to come from. You know, obviously, companies like Sideshow or XM or whoever will know the market and know what to expect sales to be, and they can project sales. But Disney can come along and go, "I don't care. We want 10,000 made, and we want 10% of your 10,000 made." You know, we don't know those agreements.
Exactly. It's very easy to have a big bad wolf, but what you find out the more you get into this game is that the big bad wolf has a bigger, badder wolf behind it, kicking its fucking ass. Believe me, there's so many people out there pushing buttons. You know, it's just the faces that we see that you think,
You're never going to see the actual real faces.
Man, you don't see the real monsters, man.
Anyway, I'm going to go. He's literally like a sauna in my room here. And
Man up, you fucking woman. Open a window.
I've got like a window, the door, and I'm like, I'm sweating like well bad.
Dude, I got a fan on me, man.
Do you know what I've got? Look,
right. My hair's sticking up a bit.
I've got a towel, and it's like wrapped around one of these ice things. I'm sitting with it on my back because it's well. I'm not even joking. He's like a sauna in here. I probably lost about 3 pounds.
Good for you, man. You could do it after eating all that rice.
Well, actually, I look a lot leaner, but it's just I got a little bit of a gut from eating all the rice. I'm still bloated from it. All right. Anyway, that's it. I've been trying to end this for fucking ages now, so we're going
Now
now.
you know
Okay.
what conversation with you is like.
Yeah. Well, it's my life, story of my life. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and do the usual. Comment on the chat below. Yeah, it is a normal RaddTitan chat where it isn't very structured. So, you're gonna have to watch the whole 2 hours or whatever it was
It
when it was
goes
meant to
back
be.
and forth and shit anyway. But the bottom line is, if there's
In
any
circles
questions,
more.
PM one of us. But really, I think we covered it more than 30 times about what we're going to be doing, how it's going to be done.
Yeah.
All we can do is our best, and all we can try to do is keep RaddTitan, safe, and keep sharing everything, and keep the group happy, and try and fucking keep all the friends and the people that we've made along the way over all these years. That's what it's about.
Well,
it's about
that's the thing. Is it's important that the group is important to us. We've spent a lot of time building this group and a lot of effort to do so. So, we're not going to risk the group for the sake of someone else to make some money out of us, for us to do the risk. But anyway, anyway, and last comment, Nicholas, blah blah. Nicholas, fuck off. That's my last comment. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Take your 16.9 and get out of here.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Peace.
Peace. We'll see you again in a couple of days. So, all right.
Yeah. Be back.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.